Today, I'm going to explain a comedy drama movie from 2019 titled, Yes God Yes. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. At the beginning of the film, we see Alice, a teenager, who studies at a strict Midwestern co-ed Catholic high school. Her school is very strict, where students are fined for not wearing a belt, or for wearing a skirt that is a couple of centimeters shorter than normal. At the morality class, Father Murphy teaches students about sexuality. He says that one can mate only after he or she marries someone. The marriage should be a heterosexual marriage, and if anyone mates outside marriage or before marriage, his or her soul will be damned for eternity as it's against God's plan. He also warns the students that God is watching everything. After class, Alice's best friend Laura comes to her and says that she is tired of following the school rules. Alice asks Laura if she knew that massaging your own mating machine is a sin. Laura says yes, and also tells Alice that the car scene of Titanic film which Alice watches again and again is also a sin. Alice defends herself saying that she is just curious and nothing else. Later, Alice returns home and is all alone. She lives in a Catholic family and is the only child of her parents. While chatting in AOL chatroom, Alice gets an email from a stranger, who sends him pictures of him and his wife in bed. Alice is stunned to see the pictures, but out of curiosity, she checks the pictures. Suddenly, she gets a message from the stranger, who asks Alice about her name, age, and location. Alice lies to him, and then the man asks for her picture. After thinking a lot, Alice decides to send her friend's picture to the stranger. The stranger then suggests virtual mating. Despite not knowing about its meaning, Alice plays along by putting her hand inside her skirt and massaging her mating machine. Suddenly, she hears her mother calling and quickly turns off the computer. The following Monday at school, a girl named Beth comes to Alice and tells her that a rumor is being spread about Alice, who tossed Wade's salad at Laura's party over the weekend. Alice denies doing anything like that, as she doesn't even know the meaning of tossing the salad. Laura asks Beth why she didn't come to her party. Beth replies that she went to a Kirkos retreat run by the school which changed her life completely. After Beth leaves, Alice licks chocolate from the wrapper, and the boy sitting nearby starts laughing at her. Alice has no clue about why they are laughing and frustratingly leaves. On her way, she comes across Wade and her girlfriend Heather, who call Alice disgusting. The rumor of Alice tossing the salad of Wade even reaches Mrs. Veda, who prevents Alice from serving at Mass. She tells Alice to respect her body, which is a gift from God. Alice has no idea of what she is talking about and is completely clueless. Later that day, Alice goes to meet Father Murphy and confesses her sins to him. After listening to her sins, Father Murphy gives Alice a light penance of 20 prayers. Alice goes to the school chapel to complete her prayers, but Father Murphy and Mrs. Veda's words about her body and sins keep echoing in her mind. So she decides to attend the school's next Kirkos retreat, as she wants to return to the path of righteousness. Laura is also going to the retreat because she wants to be friends with Nina, a popular senior. When they arrive at the retreat campgrounds, Laura is excited to find that Nina is a retreat leader. Alice, on the other hand, sets her eyes on Chris, a hunky senior who is also a retreat leader. Nina takes Alice to her cabin, where Alice will be staying with her. Nina asks Alice to give her her phone and watch, as it can interrupt her experience in the retreat. Alice hides her phone in her bag and gives Nina her watch. Later, Alice joins the other students, who all are divided into small groups. Alice is excited to learn that Chris is her group leader. Father Murphy informed the students that they signed up for the retreat because God wanted them to. Over the next 4 days, the students will experience the highs and lows of their life which will help them in the future. He gives all the students a paper and asks them to circle the feelings that they may have felt in the past year or so. Alice circles all her feelings, including turned on. But then she changes her mind and tries to erase the circle, which however isn't erasing. As time runs out, Alice hurriedly blackens the word and submits the paper. Sometime later, Nina gives a speech about how her parents always ignore her and love her younger sister Melissa, who is better than her in every way. But after coming to the retreat, her life changed completely as she was finally accepted for who she was. Later that night, Alice plays a game on her phone as she can't sleep. To avoid suspicion, she puts her phone into silent mode, which then begins vibrating. Alice accidentally discovers that she can use her phone's vibrating feature to massage her mating machine. However, she stops when she sees the crucifix hanging in her room. The next day, while hiking on a hill, Alice intentionally injures herself so that she can get close to Chris. He carries Alice back to her cabin for treatment. Later, Nina comes to Alice's room and tells her to come for a group photo. But then, she hears a vibration noise and discovers that Alice hid her phone from her. After taking a group photo, Father Murphy tells Alice that he will have to punish her for hiding her phone. So he tells Alice to clean the retreat house. After cleaning Father Murphy's office, Alice sees the computer in his office. After confirming that she is alone, she logs onto an AOL chat room and asks what tossing someone's salad means. But before she could find out, she hears the footsteps of someone and hurriedly turns off the computer and leaves. On her way, she finds Nina, who jokingly accuses Alice of having lust, a rumor that Alice just cannot run away from. On the third day of the retreat, Father Murphy tells the students that he found an explicit chat on his computer, and asks the one responsible to come forward. But as no one takes responsibility, Father Murphy warns them that God is watching everything. Later, Father Murphy interviews the students one by one to find out who used his computer. He interviews Alice and asks about her feeling turned on. He pushes Alice to confess about her temptation with Wade. Alice insists that it's just a rumor spread by her classmates, but Father Murphy doesn't believe her insistence. Alice is fed up with the rumor and confronts Wade. She tells Wade to tell everyone that nothing happened between them, but Wade refuses to speak up and leaves without admitting his fault or apologizing. While cleaning the kitchen, Alice sees Nina kissing another senior leader in the woods, who then massages his mating machine with her mouth. Alice is thrilled to see them and rubs her mating machine with a broomstick. Later, she goes to Laura and tells her everything about Nina. But Laura refuses to believe Alice and thinks that she made it all up just to get attention. Laura ends their friendship and calls Alice a pervy psycho. Alice is fed up with everything and decides to frame Wade for the earlier break-in. She puts Wade's promise bracelet in Father Murphy's office computer. She hears Father Murphy coming in and quickly hides in her room. While hiding, she catches Father Murphy massaging his mating machine to an adult video saved on his computer. Alice realizes that everyone around her has secrets that they hide from others. While leaving, she finds Chris alone and kisses him. Although Chris enjoys it at first, he becomes overwhelmed and runs away. On the last day of the retreat, Alice befriends a shy classmate. While talking to her, she sees Father Murphy pulling Wade aside, as he found Wade's bracelet on his office computer. Now that Wade is held responsible for the explicit chat incident, Laura apologizes to Alice and makes peace with her. Later, Father Murphy encourages the students to share their experiences during the retreat and what they learned in these 4 days. Wade shares that he gave in to temptation and is ashamed for the explicit chat message, even though he never did any such thing. Alice is not okay with this and decides to share her experience with everyone. Alice reminds every student that everyone is hiding stuff, and encourages them to treat each other with honesty and respect, as Jesus wanted. After returning home from the retreat, Alice starts looking for colleges on the west and east coasts, like Gina suggested. The next day at school, Alice confronts a still uncomfortable Chris and reassures him that they can still be friends. Later, Alice meets with Father Murphy and tells him that while on the retreat, she saw a video of people mating with each other. Father Murphy realizes that Alice saw him watching the adult video, so he doesn't discuss the implications of her confession. Instead, he assigns a heavier penance of 100 prayers to Alice. But instead of completing her penance, Alice goes home to rewatch the car scene in Titanic and massages her mating machine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you did, subscribe if you're new. And at last, I'll say stay well, stay safe, thanks.